Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Sid. Today is a special video that I guess doesn't happen too often on this channel, but we're doing an unboxing video to a new camera. So of course, I'll show y'all the camera. If y'all saw the title, we got the FUJIFILM X100VI. And this camera came out last year. There's been mass rave and review of this camera, and I'm so happy to finally get my hands on one of these. I've been eyeing it since everyone started talking about it. I think for me, the reason why I got this camera was because of traveling, and if you are watching my channel, it's because you probably want to travel too. And I think in a couple of videos, I'm going to show what this camera looks like. I haven't even used it yet, but I'm gonna say that this might be the best travel point and shoot camera on the market right now. Just from what I've looked online, from what I've heard from a lot of friends that have this camera, I am very excited to get it during the summertime when the weather's nice. We can go outside, we can go shoot some stuff. Maybe I'll do some review videos as well. I might throw in some test shots after we do this unboxing in this video as well, so stick around for some result photos. Let's open this new baby. This camera comes in two colors. There's the silver one that definitely looks like a film camera. I got the black one. I went through this whole thing last night impulsively. Somehow I was able to get my hands on one of these. So let's just unbox this. I don't think there's too much in here, but we got some manuals and information, of course. It is nicely packaged, as one hopes when they get a new camera. This is also going to be my first Fujifilm camera. If you know, I shoot stills in the film industry, which means I go on set and I take photos. If you're new to this channel, that's what I do for work outside of YouTube and travel vlogs and stuff. And so getting a new camera is not foreign to me, but it's always exciting when you get to unbox a new baby. As I was saying, I shoot with Sony cameras for work. I am originally a Canon camera girl. When I did concert photography, my first few cameras were all Canons. So now we're diving into the Fuji world. I'm excited to see what sort of photos we get from this model, this baby. So we open it up and it is right there for us. I think this camera, pardon me. Okay, I'll take it out of the wrapping first. Oh my god, she's so tiny. She's so light. Oh! The grip here alone, it is already, you know that this camera is definitely going to be good for travel because it's so light. And yes, of course, there's smaller point and shoot cameras. Can they give the capabilities of this higher end point and shoot camera? Yeah, so this is the black version. The silver one would have like a silver top half here, as well as the lens section would be silver, but everything on here is very slick, very nice. Oh my god, I'm so excited to shoot with this. And as you can see here, it has all the ISOs. This is for analog shooters. You're familiar with the ISOs here. And it looks like the apertures. The dial is here. There's also a built-in ND filter on here. We can go into broad daylight and not worry about overexposing our photos. I was talking to one of my friends last night and she was saying how she doesn't even shoot raw photos on this camera a lot of the time because internally with this Fujifilm camera, you can play around with certain recipes and presets that replicate some film styles. And I know a lot of people who shoot film complain that it's expensive because it is expensive. I'm one of those people. But of course, when you take film, it's a whole different ballpark. But if you do want to save money and just invest in a digital camera to get that replication of a film photo, I think this is also a reason why I got this camera, because you can do that. I am just saying all of this based off of what I have seen, heard, read. I haven't personally played around with this camera yet. My insight into this camera may be a little skewed right now. We're gonna test all of that later in this video. We got the viewfinder here. It's on the left side of the camera, and we got a tilted LCD screen. Whoop. This is also the same design that I work with a lot with my Sony cameras, is that they just flip, they don't flip out. In a previous video, we talked about travel plans. Those travel plans may or may not be happening, and I really wanted to bring this camera when we went to Japan a couple months ago, but it just wasn't the right time. So now having this camera, I might have to bring it on my next travel trip. And then also in the box, we've got all the accessories. Of course, this camera came out a year ago already. I'm sure there's plenty of unboxing videos out there, but I am so excited to be unboxing this, and technically my first reaction to a Fujifilm. So we got our battery pack. I got 2 battery packs because it's point and shoot, and sometimes the batteries, as a smaller capacity, they tend to die out quicker. If you're traveling, you want to have a backup battery in case you're out all day and you're like, oh, my battery's dead and there's no charges around, but I have an extra battery. We have the USB-C cable to attach to transfer images, I assume, but if you're like me and you have an old laptop, you have an SD card reader on your laptop still, but most people will probably use that USB-C cable. We've got the attachments for the camera strap, and then of course we've got the Fujifilm camera strap. How cute. So that is the unboxing part of it. That was very quick, not too much in here. I think we're all focused and excited on getting these photos. I'm excited for that, honestly. I'll be right back. I'm gonna build it. Okay, we've got it all connected, strapped up, ready to take on an adventure. I'm gonna remove the lens cap here. Whoop. So that is what the lens looks like. It is a nice little pancake baby, 23 millimeters, which I think turns into 35 if it's a APS. I could be wrong. Anyways, I gotta charge the camera. It might take a little while, and then we will be able to take it on our first adventure. I got a lot of studying up to do as well. User manuals, everything. The camera literally has 0 shutter count right now, and I really don't want to count it and start it, but you gotta. That's why we have cameras. So I'm gonna charge this for now. The next part will be going to test this camera out in the open. Okay, so now we are outside. The camera's all charged now. We're gonna do a little walk around tour and see what photos we can get with this new camera. I have found a recipe that my friend had sent me, and I really love the colors. It's called the Classic Color with a little bit of adjustments. I can leave the link to the recipe below if you like the photos and the coloring and everything. But let's go walk around. Let's go find some things to photograph, and I will slowly start dumping all the images in here. I am just shooting in JPEG. I'm not going to edit any of the RAWs. A lot of people have said that the JPEG is all they shoot now because all the recipes are so good and you don't even need to edit, which is actually a key point when you're traveling. You don't really want to look through all of your travel photos at the end of the trip. You just want to have them all set and beautiful. But let's go for a walk. Let's head over and find some things to photograph. Okay, these flowers look really pretty and I do want to photograph them. I want to see how these colors sort of show on the camera. It's also a very sunny day today, which makes it great because I do know that this camera is not great in low light situations, but there is a built-in flash on this camera. Let's see what the photos of these flowers in the broad daylight look like. Okay, so those flowers were so beautiful. What did we think of the photos? I can't see them right now because obviously I'm outside. So I'm definitely learning how to play around with this camera. There's a little lever right here on the very front that kind of toggles back and forth, and that's how you can switch between the optical viewfinder, but it also shows you the electronic viewfinder. So what recipes and everything you've put into the camera, you can also toggle in between the two in your little viewfinder, which is such a cool feature. I love that. So we've ended up at this playground here. I think this would be kind of cool to grab some photos of. So I'm just gonna take a quick moment and see what I can shoot with this playground setup. Hopefully there are no kids around. I don't need to photograph any of them, but let's see what we can make over here. I will say I feel like I find myself shooting a lot of macro stuff, really punching in. The camera gives me the opportunity to shoot 35mm with the APS-C system. So definitely this is probably better for traveling when you're looking at these landscapes, when you're looking at nature, when you're looking at all these wide environments. I think right now when I'm walking around, I'm definitely looking at the details and the macro moments. So I'm going to continue walking, see if we can go somewhere that has a little bit more like a wider landscape to get some more of those shots, and then be a quick little test that we've been doing. quite warm here in Vancouver today. Oh, I'm sweating. Okay, I didn't end up going to find more landmarks because it got really hot and I started sweating and I was like, no, we're not gonna do this today. Maybe I'll go downtown or we'll go to a different location when I have something to do that isn't just close by in walking distance. I think the photos actually look really cool. I'm excited to play around with different recipes and see what other like cool photos we can get throughout the summer. I think it's really exciting that the weather is getting better, which means I can bring this camera out. It does say that this camera is weatherproof, but of course you can only push that so far. There is still the built-in flash that I do want to try out as well. Definitely more subjective in when I would use that. I also don't have any subjects right now to photograph. Albert has gone away for a brief moment and I cannot find my go-to model. So I will be finding different times that I can film videos with this new camera. I am so excited that I finally have it and that we can use it this summer to capture some photos and also be creative and bring a little point and shoot with me when I can. I know this was a very clunky brief video, but I wanted to share this exciting new piece of technology that I got. Thank y'all so much for watching. I will be posting more of these Fuji X100VI camera photo result videos in the future. I hope. Stick around. Make sure to like and subscribe. We're also trying to get to 3,000 subscribers, so make sure to like and subscribe and turn that notification bell on so you know when I post these videos. Thank y'all so much. I will see you on the next video.